On Saturday night, we bring you an incredible night of boxing. There's a lot of talk at the moment about fights falling through, not happening. Saturday night is a celebration of how great this sport is. Of course, the main event, Dmitry Bivol, the WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion, now on the pound-for-pound list after his victory against Canelo Alvarez, against the former super middleweight world champion, Zurdo Ramirez, 44-0. This is one of the best fights in boxing. But not just one of the best fights in boxing, one of the best cards in boxing, top to bottom. When we wanted to come here, when we sat down with the DCT, we wanted to make an impression. We wanted to show the people here and around the world on DAZN how great this sport is. This undercard is sensational. Of course, women's boxing on fire right now. Off the back of Taylor Serrano at Madison Square Garden, Shields Marshall at the O2, we have a fight that I believe could potentially top them all. The undisputed world welterweight championship between Jessica McCaskill and Chantel Cameron. The IBF super featherweight world championship between Rakimov and Zelfa Barrett. Olympic gold medalist Galal Yafai, former world champion Cal Yafai, Campbell Han, Aqib Fiaz, Emirati fighters looking to progress onto the world stage as well. This is an incredible night of boxing at the Etihad Arena, and we cannot wait to get the Champions Series underway with the DCT here in Abu Dhabi. It's a big moment for us at Matchroom Boxing and a big moment for the sport.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's like a little holiday for us. It's obviously the mind's on the job when we're training and we've got the gloves on, and fight night, the mind will be well and truly on the job. But for staying relaxed and keeping a cool head for the fight, we couldn't have it much better. We've been sat round the pool, and me and Matt need the sun, so it's been great for us, and just looking forward to putting in a relaxed performance on Saturday as well.
Is that the key, being relaxed? You know, you've had to go out in front of huge crowds, 70,000 at Tottenham. You've boxed a little bit more under the radar internationally now as well, but looking relaxed, seeing you at the workout last night, just learning and understanding to stay calm and taking the most of these opportunities.
Yeah, so we've been seeing improvements, and again, it's because I've been more relaxed, but I've still reverted back to going into tear-up mode a little bit and trying to do a little bit too much, whereas I can't keep saying we're seeing glimpses and it's coming, and like anything other than a relaxed performance from start to finish this weekend won't be good enough. And I've got a good opponent who's going to be aggressive and help me show off more of a skillful side of my game, which I've not shown as much as I'd like to yet.
I guess finally the pressure has always been there for you, but at this moment, having had that experience now, there's probably more pressure to start producing better performances, because we can't say you're no longer just a rookie. We know you're still starting out, fairly limited amateur experience, but ultimately you're getting deep now in terms of fights, and before we know it, we'll be in 8-rounders and 10-rounders, and it starts to get real serious.
Yeah, so we're seeing it all in the gym, like we've been saying, but again, it's not good enough. So coming into this one, I want it to go exactly how I've been starting my last few fights and maintaining it all the way through. We've seen gradual improvements, but this time we want a big one.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I'm glad, I'm happy. I can't wait for Saturday night. Two-weight world champion, and I know you're the man to make it happen, but Saturday night, we've got to get the business done.
It's funny, you know, obviously with the development of Gamal, your brother, you two were fighting together. He went and won domestic titles, European titles as well, and then your other brother, Galal, comes up, just rocks in undercover with a little Olympic gold medal as well. It's been an incredible journey for the entire family, and plenty left for all of you, of course, as Galal starts his journey, but you again, and Gamal as well, an incredible fighting family, great story, and a huge opportunity to fight out here in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's massive for us. You know, we're our family. It's a pleasure to be here, and I wouldn't mind fighting here again. I've been loving it so far. Abu Dhabi's been great to us this week, and yeah, just can't wait for Saturday.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on such a great show. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's brilliant to be on a good show, and you know, Abu Dhabi, it's a brilliant country. I'm with my brother Cal and all these other great fighters. Yeah, I've got a tough fight Saturday, but I'm hoping to get through that and just move forward.
I know you let me do the talking for you. You're ice cold and ice cool, but the experiences you've had so far, obviously winning gold in the Olympics in Japan, but moving forward at the O2 and particularly Madison Square Garden as well, that was a great performance. You breezed through that opponent. That was supposed to be a step up another step up for you on Saturday, but you must feel like you're closing in on these guys. And when you look at the division, Julio Cesar Martinez, Sonny Edwards, Bam Rodriguez now coming back to flyweight, there's some mega fights out there for you, but got to take care of business continuously on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm professional, you know, I don't want to look past this guy Saturday. It's meant to be a step up, but it's only a step up if I make it difficult for myself. But sometimes I think, I don't know whether you are putting the pressure on me or you think I'm actually that good. I don't know if it's a compliment or not, but I just got to keep winning, keep looking good, and maybe I can fight those guys in the future.
I definitely think you're that good.
I really appreciate it.
And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Cheers.
Watch this young man, Galal fight.
I'm very excited about the opportunity. It's definitely a dream come true. And once you get to that level, obviously you start thinking about, okay, what's the next biggest thing? And, you know, for right now, being here in Abu Dhabi, it's such a pleasure. Everybody's been so nice and we've had such an amazing time. But when you talk about the fight itself, I have to say, Chantel, I don't think you really understand what you're getting yourself into for Saturday. The last girl that I fought, she begged her coach to stop the fight. She argued with her coach after 3 rounds because she thought she was going to die. She wanted to go home to her kids. And it's just like, now I'm moving down in weight, and I hope you don't think I'm not going to bring that power. Like, it's coming on Saturday. So I just, you know, like the gentleman said on the end, this is the hurt business, and I'm very good at my job. I take it very seriously.
The fight against Ibarra was quite stunning. I mean, she was someone that was very highly rated in Mexico. She was huge. The reality is you can still make 135. And I feel like the shape that you're in at 140 is a completely different, you know, shape. You look like a different animal that you were up at fighting for your undisputed at 147. Chantel talks about her ability to adapt her style to box off the back foot, to fight on the inside with you. We know what you're going to bring, right? I guess, are you happy to say that's what you're going to bring? You're going to bring all action, all aggressive. And you've said this is going to be total destruction on Saturday night. You're going to end this fight inside the distance.
I did say it was going to be total mass destruction. A lot of my fighting that you guys see is based off of the opponent and the ways that they want to run or the ways that they want to hold. And so that's just kind of the show that you guys get. You know, Candy Wyatt, shout out to her. She's probably the only person that I fought that hasn't held, and you guys got to see 10 punch combinations and a lot of footwork and a lot of movement. So that's not something I get to display all the time, because a lot of times the girls feel my power and then they can't handle it and then they hold. So I have to be aggressive. I have to fight myself out of the clinch. I have to get my points in. I have to get my shots in. So, you know, it just kind of depends on the opponent, on what kind of fight that I bring. But I'm gonna come forward. I'm gonna bring power and I'm gonna bring pressure.
Do you expect Chantel to stand and fight with you? We've seen her mix it up in fights. Tremendous fight to unify the division at 140. Boxed a little bit more and moved a little bit more in her last fight. Do you expect her to stand there in the pocket and trade with you?
No, I expect some expert exit strategies and a lot of drifting off. And, you know, everybody says, yeah, I'm going to bang, I'm going to throw, I'm going to sit with you and throw punches, and it never really happens. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens on Saturday.
But for you, finally, you believe only one winner on Saturday night. Chance for you to become undisputed champion at 140. We know huge fights ahead, but it's going to be a tough assignment. Chantel Cameron, very highly rated, unified champion at 140. But you believe Jessica McCaskill, victory on Saturday night without doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. But I mean, obviously, this is the top level. We're both world champions. This isn't, you know, just kind of a tune-up or anything like that. This is a serious fight, and this is something that I'm sure we're both not looking past. But, you know, make sure you guys tune in on Saturday, because it's going to be great.
Chantel, you've wanted this for a long time. We really created the tournament at 140 for you to get an opportunity to become undisputed. It's taken longer than we anticipated, but we have a bigger fight, a bigger stage. I think you've both made comments such as, I can't wait to punch her in the face, and you're only a couple of days from getting the opportunity to do that on Saturday night.
Yeah, firstly, thanks for making this undisputed fight. Obviously, I wanted it for a long time. And what a place Abu Dhabi is, it's unbelievable. My team, we're all having a great time. But Jessica, you think you're going to hurt me? Your face when I land the first shot, we'll see.
I didn't really understand that.
So when I land on your chin, we're going to see your face drop. I'm telling you now, so we'll see. Anyway, talk sheep. I've done all my hard work, so I'm enjoying this week, enjoying this moment, and bring on Saturday and shut her up.
Everybody knows how much you do love to stand and fight. There's going to be a lot of emotion, there's going to be a lot on the line. I know Jamie Moore is a master tactician. I saw you on the workout last night, great movement, but ultimately I do get the feeling this fight's going to catch fire quite quickly. Are you prepared as well? And I know there might not be for the whole fight, but stand in the pocket and trade with Jessica McCaskill. She is a big puncher, she has a great work rate as well, but you're happy to mix it up and stand and fight at any moment in this fight?
100%. She's talking about this, her last fight, last opponent. I was watching and it was boring, and to be fair to the girl, she stopped, but it was boring to watch anyway. So yeah, I'm going to stand there, I'm going to trade, I'm going to do all. I'm going to be in every single department.
Does part of you want to win this fight by stoppage as well? I know you have to listen to Jamie and Nigel, but you know, knockout performances, specifically in women's boxing as well, would be a major statement, and to win this fight via knockout would be a big statement to the world of women's boxing.
Yeah, stopping her, I think, God, I'll get such a good round of applause because they just talk too much. They don't show anyone respect, and yeah, it'd be great to pipe her down.
And finally, just a word on, I know you're focused on Saturday, but the potential. People have talked about Chantel Cameron for a long time in women's boxing. You have to get the opportunities, you have to make the statement on the big stages as well, but this is it. It's on a plate for you on Saturday night, and what a time to do it in women's boxing with Taylor Serrano, with Shields Marshall, with Alicia Baumgardner. Just a massive, really a life-changing moment for you at the weekend.
Yeah, women's boxing's booming, and some of the women boxing fights have been unbelievable. So I'm hoping Saturday. She's saying about holding and all that, but what I've seen, she's the one doing the holding, so hopefully I can make sure that I get out of her little clinches and do what I do best and put on a good show.
And the final word from both of you, Chantel, undisputed world champion on Saturday, no doubt in your mind you win this fight in style.
Yeah, 16 fights, 16 wins, and the new undisputed champion of the world.
And Jessica, finally from you, full of confidence, both of you sound very, very confident of victory on Saturday night. She says you're going to feel the power when it first lands. You've walked through a lot in your career, ready to walk through Chantel Cameron at the weekend.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Saturday, but I would like to give a shout out to Rick Ramos and my team back there.
We're just not getting some of the great fights in boxing, but on Saturday night we are getting them, and we should really celebrate this tremendous fight.
Sure. No, absolutely. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. First of all, Saleh Mohammed, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the opportunity for having us. Abu Dhabi, Matchroom Boxing, DAZN, obviously. We appreciate your support and your platform, which is bringing the global sport, the sport that we all love, two gladiators, the best at 175, live from Abu Dhabi. Doesn't get any better than this. Zurdo Ramirez took the hard road, the long road. He had to fight two eliminators to get to this position. Zurdo Ramirez is a fighter who is undefeated, a fighter who is hungry, a fighter who is going to show you exactly what Mexican boxing is all about here in Abu Dhabi. And that's why everyone should be excited against a fighter in Bivol who is excellent. I love Bivol. His style is bar none one of the best in the business. I believe that Bivol, coming off a tremendous win against Canelo, another Mexican superstar, in his last fight, was a tremendous showing. He did a great job. But I do have to say that Zurdo Ramirez is no Canelo. Zurdo Ramirez is a fighter who throws punches and bunches, a fighter who is big and strong and heavy and southpaw, and who is going to be very, very active. So this is the opportunity of a lifetime for Zurdo Ramirez. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for boxing to be on the big stage and show the world what Abu Dhabi is, show the world what big-time boxing is. And Eddie, yes, to show the world that promoters can come together and stage the big fights. I was pretty active last night on social media, but for a reason, because we need these big fights to happen. And so I'm very proud of Bivol. I'm very proud of Zurdo Ramirez for fighting each other, for showing the world and the fans across the globe that fighters are not afraid of each other. Fighters are willing to fight the very best. It's the people behind the scenes that must stand up and show up and make sure that we give the fans the best fights possible. So thank you to Zone again, thank you Abu Dhabi, and thank you Eddie Hearn. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. And I really believe that I can become two-time world champion this Saturday. And I want to say thank you, thank God, thank Oscar, everyone to be here, my team, all the press media, and the Dmitry Bivol team too, for make the fight happen. And it's exciting for me to came from Mazatlan, Mexico, and be here in Abu Dhabi, and same weather. I feel like at home, and I've been training hard for this fight, and I will take the belt this Saturday, that's for sure. 44 try, 44 fail, and I mean, it's exciting. I hope that the people enjoy the fight, because this is the type of the fight that the fans have to see for boxing.
Obviously, we know the heart, the excitement in Mexico. You're already a big star there, but this fight seen globally, a lot of people are going to be tuning in from Mexico and across America as well. A big opportunity for you to become one of the big pound-for-pound stars in boxing.
Well, right now I just see like become two-time world champion. I don't see like become a boxing star. It's like my goal is like become two-time world champion, and eventually to continue to my legacy and be a legend. That's my goal. That's what I'm to give for all the people, for the fans, and all the kids to believe themselves that everything that you can do, like you want to do, you can do it.
And finally, I know that support will be there in huge numbers from Mexico at the weekend. I think maybe just a few words in Spanish to your Mexican fans that will be tuned into this stream right now and who will be cheering you on. Some in the arena on Saturday night as well, but particularly at home in Mexico.
Yes, of course. Muchas gracias a toda la gente por el apoyo. No se pierda la pelea, noviembre 5. Me voy a convertir el próximo campeón del mundo. Dedicarle esta pelea a todos los mexicanos, a los latinos sobre todo. Y arriba México, cabrones.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger on Saturday night, Zurdo Ramirez. Maybe you don't feel it, you don't see it. I know you're still the same man, but all of a sudden you become a target. For many years you've been the hunter. You're now the hunted, pound-for-pound star, world champion. And on Saturday night, the biggest night of your career so far, I would say, even beyond the Canelo Alvarez fight, things change for you, and a big opportunity here in Abu Dhabi to defend your world championship belt.
Hello everybody. I want to say, first of all, thank you to Abu Dhabi government, Department of Tourism and Culture for this opportunity for me to introduce boxing in Abu Dhabi. Thank you to you, Eddie, and Gilberto Ramirez and his team, everyone who involved in this fight. Thank you, my team. I really have a big trip to get this belt, and I don't want to leave it. You know, I will fight for this, and I want to keep it, and I want more. I feel I have something inside of me which I need to realize and be happy to the end of my career. And what about this camp? I had 3 locations everywhere. I had a great camp, and the last location, it was Abu Dhabi. I'm here since September 27th, and I feel like I had everything what I need for training. And when I thought about resting, I had everything for rest here too. And when I met some people in the gym, in the mall where I was working, and they were really happy. I thought it's only me, because people were very welcoming to me and my team, but no, the people welcoming to every tourist here, and it's good. I'm looking forward to Saturday night, and I believe it will be exciting fight, and Abu Dhabi will make more boxing fights, and maybe boxing will be the main sport in Abu Dhabi. It will be great. I hope it will be, because this is my favorite sport in the world. I want to be everywhere, and people knows this sport. It's great. And thank you, everyone.
Over the years, you've been looking for these opportunities. We saw some footage of you recently as a young boy, sparring with dreams to become world champion, to become a great in the sport of boxing. Now that you are there, now that you are on the pound-for-pound list, now that you have beaten the pound-for-pound #1, now that you are boxing worldwide and filling arenas around the world, is the fire still just as strong in your heart that it was when you were that young boy in the gym? You love this sport. This is just the beginning, but you want this just as much now than you did back then.
Of course, when people say me, oh, you achieve everything, it's like they put the water on my fire. And I try to think about only my dream, to realize my all potential. And I try to be hungry and angry every time, and be focused on trainings, on my opponents. And I try to think about that this Saturday night, it will be hardest fight in my career. It makes me more focused on the fight.
Well, thank you, Dmitry.
Let's go, sounds good. They can get loud all they want, dog. Let's go, Bivol! Let's go, Bivol! Yeah! And still! Let's go, people! That's ours! That's yours, people! You own it! You own it, people! It's yours! Let's go! The world is yours, people! That's your belt! Look at it! You own it! You own it! Let's go! And still, baby! And still! Woo! Let's go! It's a good time!
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.